all of the politics, all of the talk on local government election. And let's look at one of the most trending issues in Nigeria right about now, and that is the Fearless in October protest. It's a continuation, or supposedly was supposed to be a continuation of the August the 1st protest against hardship and bad governance, or is it bad economic policies? However, after all of the, talk about it by organizers, maybe I can call it adverts, on how the protest will go, how there would be no room for negotiation because they need to make, their demands known to government. They need to drive it home. After all of that, yesterday in River State, the protest did not hold. Today in Abuja, the protest has been halted. In Lagos, the turnout was not so great. I'm following the reports. And that is what I want you and I to talk about. So you're welcome. I am Kaladako Rubatabo. This is Hard Facts. You're listening to 92.3 Nigeria Info, and you can follow the conversations online. Nigeria Info PH for Facebook, for X, and I think for YouTube. Or better still, begin to drop your conversations or your messages on WhatsApp. Use this number 0809-0306-416. All right, so to help me have this conversation, just for proper perspective, is the chairman, Civil Rights Council, I think Social Action, if you, yeah. Civil Rights Council. Yeah, okay. He goes by the name Deemua Dumka. Deemua Dumka was here sometime in, is it August? And we talked about the aftermath of the first protest, and now he's in the studio again to talk about why the protest did not hold and many other issues. Welcome once again.
Thank you.
Looking at how things have played out, first the protest did not hold in River State. It has been halted in Abuja. Police didn't allow them use, certain location. In Lagos, the turnout was not so great. Parts it was not so great as well. Do you think the protest was needed? Looking back in hindsight, do you think, it was the right decision to call for such a protest?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, tell me about it.
Yes, it was a right decision to call for the protest. Because even after the August 1st to 10th protest, there was no action plan taken by the president.
Okay.
But rather, the price of food items doubled up. There was a hike in price of food items, price of PMS. So there is still need for protest. But the government that have created this hardship have also, they have demonstrated to the people that yes, they have created this hardship. Don't go and protest. That is what they are doing now, is to beat the child and hold his mouth not to cry. Don't cry. By buying canes, I'm talking in River State here now, by buying canes for anti-protesters, and police will be there watching anti-protesters, flogging people, harassing people. They stop vehicle, they bring you out, they search your phone if you are videoing them, Araru Mokuta axis. So the government has...
Did you say the police?
No, I'm not saying the police did this action, but the police were watching where anti-protesters were flogging innocent citizens.
Okay.
Yes. One thing about protest is the protesters has to be there before the police or any other person. But in this case, the anti-protesters were already there a night before the October 1st with their canes waiting for protesters. But one thing I will always say is this: after they have given you this morning, go and flog protesters, we will still return to the same market.
Did you try to have a conversation with these anti-protesters? Because I saw it in the news the other day. You were saying, anti-protesters flogged you with canes and they didn't let you go protest. Did you try to ask them why?
What they were saying is, go to Abuja. You should go to Abuja. You should go to Abuja. You should go to Abuja, not here. Go to Abuja. You should go to Abuja, not here. Go to Abuja. Go to Abuja, not here. Go to Abuja, not here.
That's all they said. Did you try to ask them who sent them?
Yes, go to Abuja. Go to Abuja, not here. Go to Abuja, not here. So that is just the issue. The anti-protesters have denied their right. They don't. In fact, let me say they don't know what they are doing.
Okay, but let's focus on you, the organizer, or you being part of the organizer, or you and the other organizers. Let's focus on you. You tagged this fearless in October. So was such a matter as flogging you cane, was such a matter big enough to stop, the protest? Because yesterday the protest was not felt in any part of Rivers State.
Okay.
And some callers called you out yesterday and said, "Oh, you called us fearless in October, but you were actually afraid."
No, it's not that. It's not like that. It's not like that. There was supposed to be a kind of collaboration between the activists. But I don't want to go into that now. You understand? I don't want to go into that now. There was supposed to be a collaboration, as in when the revolutionary Saure came with his 17 points agenda or demands. It was 17-point demands. It was supposed to be our 17 points demands. You understand? As in, the civil society are supposed to put heads together. You understand? Because it is a Nigerian problem that all of us are feeling. Not someone that we say, let us do this. So in protest, you don't induce people with anything. So it is Nigerians that will come out to say this thing is enough. So it was supposed to be a statement by all the NGOs. So I felt that maybe some NGO, some human rights organization felt they are not being carried, as in to call for to meet. You understand? To meet and let us do this.
So you're saying there was improper organization of these protests?
That is exactly what I'm saying.
Is that really the case, or do you think Nigerians are like, we did this the last time, and like you have said, prices doubled, and so we shouldn't do it again? We shouldn't go on the
Nigerians are not saying that. Nigerians are not saying that. In Rivers State here, the issue is this. In Rivers State here, the issue is this. There is supposed to be a local government election on Saturday. So there's a rumor going around that politicians want to hijack the protest. So as human rights activists, nobody wants to identify with any politician. If they hear that social politician is sponsoring you, you cannot come into this place to come and talk. You understand? So based on that, several activists say no. Instead of politicians to hijack this protest, let us watch first.
So that's why there was no much pressure yesterday.
Yes.
So the people who were saying go to Abuja possibly were people who were trying to ensure that nothing happens to the process for the local government election.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes.
So I can quote you as saying that one of the reasons why we didn't feel the energy here in Rivers State is because of the local government elections on Saturday.
No human rights activists want to identify to say that politicians are using them because of local government election.
So if that's the case, will the election still hold? I'm sorry, the protest still hold?
The protest will continue.
When?
The protest will continue. Why I say the protest will continue?
I'm asking you when.
Don't worry, the protest will continue.
No, because citizens here, August were informed, the media, the people were informed. August 1 to 10, there will be, the warning protest. And then after the warning protest, we were now told that since the government did not do anything about it, October the 1st will be, the protest of all protests, the mother of all protests. That's what it was called. And now we've come to 1st of October, and it didn't happen the way it was advertised. Then the next question will be, when will it happen?
Yeah. As far as
Or are you waiting for the leadership
no,
at the national?
not leadership at the national. As far as the heart of the leaders is hardened towards our citizens, we will continue to talk. We will continue to protest because the heart of the leaders is hardened towards the citizens. But to tell you that we are going on the streets so day, I will not say that here now. But I know that the protest must hold because Nigerians are angry.
Do you think protest is the most efficient way, to address or express that anger, like you said? Is it, the last protest, did it have any efficacy on how things are?
If
or should be? If
August 1st to 10th protest did not hold, the president shouldn't have come up to say we will organize a youth conference.
Good. You've taken my next question out of my mouth, but go ahead.
Yes. So that August 1st to 10th protest has given birth to that conference.
You think?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. You want to bring the youth of Nigerians together.
But if you've been following the president's speeches, you would have heard him say this. This is not the first time. I mean, this is the time he said, okay, let's have a conference. But this is not the first time he has promised to carry the youth along.
Yes. One thing with leadership is this: he cannot come down to all the states. He can initiate a program, a youth program, but politicians will hijack it in their various states. That is one thing. So I believe there might be several youth programs which are online, or maybe politicians have hijacked it. You understand?
I'm listening.
Yes. So it might not come down to various states or local government to see how this thing is going. They submit names to him. This is the names we gotten from here. Yeah. In fact, I don't think he even check it. So, but I know that we can't close our mouth as far as food items is taking all our savings. All right. We must continue to talk.
All right. When we come back, I'll ask you my question that I wrote down on the youth confab as to whether you will participate or not. But for now, we do have a commercial, and after that, the headline news. Please do stay tuned. news. INEC denies releasing voters registered to RESEC. RESEC Commissioner assures of free, fair local government elections. House of Representatives allege discrimination, demand GCO and honor for its speaker. Senate summons Works Minister Deemua over Ogbomoso Oyo Road. President Tinubu leaves for UK. On the foreign scene, UN chief condemns Iran attack after Israel ban. Details on the 6 p.m. bulletin. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808 721 7215.
This is Hard Facts.
And Hard Facts, it's back. And yes, we still having the conversation on the Fearless in October protest, especially how it's occurred in Beverly State. I am Kalada Korubatbo. Good afternoon to you. Thanks for staying tuned to 92.3 Nigeria Info. With me in the studio is Deemua Dumka, who is the Chairman, Civil Rights Council. It's good to have you here in the studio. Welcome.
Thank you.
All right, so before the break, I promised to ask you the question, if you and the other organizers would like to participate in the Youth Confab as promised by the president. There's still a promise, Are you hopeful? Are you looking forward to it? And even if it holds, do you think whatever is agreed, whatever resolutions are reached, that the president or the presidency will, see the implementation happen?
In the first place, if given opportunity as an activist, I think we'll participate, because if it's just like voting,
okay,
if you don't participate in the protest, they will still come out with the winner, and you will still be complaining. So we will participate and go there and tell them, we still present our demand. This is what we want. This is what we want. This is what we want. Yes, they put the refinery in order. Don't tell us landing cost. Now we have Dangote refinery. We have crude oil in Nigeria. Why are we still hearing landing cost?
Okay.
Landing cost from where to where?
But you should also understand that, Dangote's refinery is not bringing all the petrol, right? Some of it are still coming from outside. Some marketers decided to, but that's by the way. So let's get to know your demands. You said you will be, submitting your demands if you actually attend that confab. So what are these demands?
The first demand is put the refinery in order.
You've mentioned that
yes.
one.
Let the refinery work. Don't tell us the refinery is working, then you are importing fuel. No. Let the refinery, our own refinery, start production. At the same time, allow other states to have their own refineries. Let there be competition in the sector. Don't import crude oil. That is number one. Number two, there should be judicial reforms. You can imagine where the police will go to a judge and get judgment and detain hungry protesters that were on the street. Up till now, they have not released some of them. So there must be judicial reforms. Most of these judges must be arrested and detained.
How do you, there has to be a process of punishing judges.
The process should be followed and they should be called to order. At least this getting of judgment, just going to court, get judgment, is too much. You
so tackle the judiciary.
Yes,
but that will need a constitutional amendment.
That is what we are saying. All this process, or if any demands that has to be a constitutional amendment, you have to go to the Senate. They will also serve them that amend this part of the Constitution. Hike in custom duties, electricity tariffs. These are areas where the citizens benefit from the government. If you subsidize electricity, the citizens are benefiting from the government. So, but now they are telling you ban A, ban this, ban that, ban this, ban this. What is the meaning of that? So, if as a common,
are you asking for subsidy in the power sector, energy sector? I mean, I'm just asking because
There is
you're demanding for better living, but
yes.
you're also asking for subsidy. Can the two work
Or,
together?
no, I'm not. Listen, there's hike in electricity tariff. Because they have created hardship. The citizens can no longer pay these bills.
Is it because they have created hardship? I mean, there is hardship, but the reason that there is a hike in price or cost of electricity is because of a global economic situation. So the reason why is because one, the crude oil price has gone up, right? I mean, if you want to look at it from an economical angle or economics angle, the price has gone up, and as such, whatever is needed for energy production.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, I'm listening.
If you go to the river in your community and pick Prewinko, you can decide to either you dash it to somebody or you sell it any amount you want to sell it.
Okay.
Is it true? But based on the fact that you have to buy other things, that is why you increase the price. But the crude oil is our own.
But we're not the ones who are drilling it. We've got partners, and so profits are to be made.
Those partners are enslaving us. We are saying, do this thing here. That is the starting of the reforms. Put the refinery in order, and every other sector will be okay.
Even if you still not got the point. Even if you put the refinery in order, we're talking about crude oil, and it's an international commodity, and it's sold in dollar. And so when these people, their cost of production, whatever it is that they do, the partners now, they would have to make profits, right? Just like Dangote is going to make profit.
Yes, but you can recall that the former president was selling us PMS at 197. And they were still complaining, have patience. Or Nigerians are not patient. We are tired of answering patience. Have patience. Nigerians are still having patience for Buhari. Now Buhari is gone. You can't continue to tell us, have patience. Buhari was selling it at the rate of 197. This current government is selling at the rate of 1,250 naira. If you go to the village, they are selling 1,800.
Okay, and my next question is, what offer can the government put on the table that would make the organizers shelve the strike? Civil rights, human rights, activists.
Release all the protesters that you arrested during August 1st to 10th, and all political prisoners.
That's like the main for negotiation. That's like the basic thing.
Yes, you must release all the protesters, all the hungry men that were on the street protesting, and you are still doubling their hunger by putting them into prisons. Release all of them first.
But the police have argued that those who were arrested were people who were infiltrators. They infiltrated the protests and tried to cause mayhem.
That is an allegation.
So should the courts not decide then?
That is an allegation. If the president can give pardon to political looters, he should also release them. He should also release hungry protesters.
What political looter got a pardon from this president?
No, other president.
Oh, okay.
Government is continuity.
Okay.
So other president. So if they can give pardon to political looters, he should also give pardon to protesters, hungry protesters that were protesting because of the hardship he created.
Interesting. All right, let's go to the phone lines. Let's find out if the phone lines are working. If not, please do send us your messages to number. Let's start with messages first. 0809 0306 That's the WhatsApp platform. You could also send us text messages via that number, right? And even Telegram messages as well. So let's get your thoughts and let's talk for development. Better still, you can try calling in. I'm not very certain about the phone lines. The phone lines have been terrible all day. But let's try. You never know. There's always a miracle, right? 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003, and 0817-923-0007. Okay, so I'd like to get your thoughts. Do you think this protest still is very necessary, given how things have played out, especially in Rivers State, right? What do you think? Should the organizers continue with plans to hold the protest, or should they shelve it and look for better ways to interact with those in power? But then again, some people would say the people in power never listen, right? And the best way, to get them to listen is to, have some level of pressure. So let's get your thoughts. What do you think? I'm going to the phone lines now. I'm going to try the phone network to see if it's working. 92.3. Is it Ken? Are you there?
Good afternoon, Canada.
Oh, it's quite better now.
Your guest there in the studio.
All right, is it Ken? Go ahead.
Canada, I think I want to advise your guest and his group or organizers. They should, if they have anything to protest against the governance of the current administration of this nation, they should at least wait. In this moment, River State is in high tension. As far as political activities are concerned, this is the period of elections, and River State wouldn't have liked to distract it, so that let us know where our headache and the problems are coming from. I am not surprised to see that there was no turnout yesterday concerning the protest, because we are thinking of how to balance this state administratively. So if you ask me, those who you feel that should have been on the street that yesterday are the people that would have helped to make the protest work. The ones you call anti-protesters are the same people who does not want the success and the progress of the state. Therefore, go with your protest, but not for now. Let the state have a break of tension. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I've got to go. I've got Eric from Gokana. Eric, what is on your mind?
Okay,
yeah.
Dumka, I want to thank the company for what he's doing. I'm just happy for him, because he's like single voice in the witness. But he wants to do what he's doing. People are afraid. I don't even know why they are afraid.
People are afraid of what exactly?
I don't know. They are afraid of their life.
Okay, they're afraid of their life or for their life.
On them. They are afraid. They are busy designing how to maneuver. And these are pressing. But I don't thank for this. For some of us who are like him, who are willing to work with him, I think I thank God who feel like this, who want to change the heart, become a politician, because our is the reason why he is popping. In August, they were beating him up at presidential. In October, at Rumukuta, and beating him up. The police are watching at what they are doing to them. If they are not part of Nigeria, I think they are not concerned to protect Nigerian citizens. I think one day, what we are crying for, we still consume them. But I pray it should not get to that level.
All right, Eric, I've got to go.
Because what is going today now, that is having a single voice in the wilderness. It's crying.
Eric, it's a struggle to hear you, but I think the last thing I heard you described him as a single voice in the wilderness. I'm going to quickly ask you a question before I go back to the phone lines. The question I want to ask you, do you think it is possible to hold this protest and still have a peaceful election? Just asking, because the first caller said, you guys may just be disrupting the process.
Like I told you, no comrades will like to see themselves being used by politicians to disrupt a process. That is why you see the low turnout of comrades, because immediately they know in the civil society, in the society space, immediately they find out that you have identified with a politician. They don't take you serious again. So, as activists, we understand that election is supposed to hold on Saturday. And if the protests continue, a group will want to hijack the process. That is why.
So are you saying you would not be able to guarantee the security of the protest?
No, we will not.
So why embark on the protest? You're not able to guarantee security?
The date has been fixed already before that of the election came up.
Okay.
You understand? There is no activist that will want to put the life. There's no activist that want to put the life of his citizens in danger.
All right.
So, as human rights activists, we have seen the tension in the state.
All right.
And find out that a group may likely hijack the process. So, we interact.
All right. I've got to go. My time's up. I'm really sorry. I'm interrupting you, but thank you very much for your time, Deemua, Dumka, and thank you for expatiating on things for us.
Thank you.
All right. Do stay tuned. When we do come back, more conversations.